Hi, this is Alex Catchpole from Organigy. We're going to do a quick recipe, the bright orange, soft centre filled, healthy Easter treats. So we're going to just get straight into it. They're vegan, that's why I think they were super popular. I got PM'd and DM'd like crazy asking for the recipe, so I felt I had to do it. I like to make mine a bit more informative, so we're going to give people food for thought. Everything's vegan, but I'm going to just go through USA. We have sweet potatoes from the USA, we have oranges from Florida. So I've got the sweet potato with some orange zest. That's going to go in the food processor. Get him in there. We have the juice of 2 oranges from Florida. From 1 orange, did I say 2? 2 halves, but just the 1 orange. We don't need too much, otherwise it'll make it too liquidy. We have arrowroot from the tropics, and you just need a couple of tablespoons tops. We have lucuma from Peru. This can actually be replaced with buckwheat flour, and the chocolate you guys saw on my initial feed, so 3 tablespoons of that. I replaced lucuma, which is delicious flavour, with just buckwheat flour, which isn't so delicious, but you're going to get the flavours from all the other things. We have honey from Poland. We have blackstrap molasses. This is from the sugar beet rather than the cane, and that's from the UK. Yay! It's a really strong flavour. You wouldn't want this, and it's dark colour, so it would take the orange away. So I've used honey. So I've melted the honey with the cacao butter. Quite a lot of cacao butter. Not so much honey, because the sweet potato is already sweet. And then if everything works and everything's plugged in, bingo. So that goes. Ingredients will be listed below, but in my famous traditional fashion, here's one I've prepared earlier. You freeze it. It's not actually been frozen long enough because I only just made it before I set up this video. When it's frozen, you can then knock it out onto the board and cut it into your desired chocolate size pieces, and then you decorate it, coat it with chocolate. So we're going to carry on doing some locational information, just so you know basically how many trees you're going to have to plant to justify eating such a healthy treat. So the cacao butter comes from Peru, the cacao powder comes from Peru, the coconut sugar comes from the tropics, obviously coconut trees, and the almond butter comes from the USA, pink salt from Himalaya. So I've put the cacao butter, cacao powder, we don't use so much of that, enough to get that delicious chocolatey flavour, but if you don't use so much of that, you don't need to use so much of the sugar. And I'm going for a low sugar here. Again, ingredients are all listed below. And I use the almond butter to thicken the chocolate. And that means it's easier to spread and decorate the orange centres with. And I definitely recommend using a hand blender. And actually this Bosch 600 watt one is a little bit tasty stuff, and it gets the job done. But basically, as I didn't have, make sure that's all mixed in. I'm just realizing I didn't mention vanilla. Some vanilla went in here as well, using vanilla extract, seeing as vanilla powder is just gone through the roof price-wise at the minute. I'm going to have to let you use your imagination, because I haven't successfully frozen the orange treats, but you'd knock them out, cut them to shape, and then you'd use the chocolate to then cover it. And then set them in the fridge or the freezer. I left these little delicious balls here to promote my next video. Black bean and almond truffles, fantastic. Anyway, you might be wondering why I was so pedantic about showing you locational. I think, as we all can surmise from that, very healthy vegan treat. Ticks all the health boxes, low sugar, high quality fats, whole foods, you know, a treat with potato and orange zest and juice in, fantastic. But there's a lot of carbon footprint that we've just consumed. But for later conversations, I just thought I'd point that out as I gave you guys the recipes. If you have any questions, please post below. Find the actual listed quantities in the comments below. And yeah, please share, like, subscribe, and leave feedback. And let me know what else you want to see. This was my vegan, healthy, whole food chocolate treats. Thanks, guys.